Like, I personally don't think the Lakers are good enough to be contenders right now. Not
Inside
right.
the Lakers, something dangerous is happening, and nobody wants to say it out loud. Rich Paul didn't name names. But every line exposed the truth. The Lakers are falling into the same trap LeBron escaped a decade ago. A franchise that loves its superstars more than its own standards. He said it openly. When you're the prettiest girl in the room, you stop doing the details. And that's exactly what's happening in LA, a team that looks talented on paper but is breaking at the foundation. Because instead of Miami's discipline, the Lakers have adopted Cleveland's bad habits, and the cracks are finally showing.
Like, I personally don't think the Lakers are good enough to be contenders right now. Not right now.
When you say contenders, what do you mean?
I don't think they have enough to get to the Western Conference Final. I don't think they have enough to get to really contend from that perspective.
So
right
Rich
now.
Paul basically said the Lakers act more like a brand than a real championship organization. Other teams build structure and discipline, but LA relies too much on its glamour. In Miami, the culture forces everyone to follow the system. In LA, the system bends for stars. And when you stop enforcing details, the foundation eventually cracks, no matter how much talent you have.
The Lakers probably didn't give themselves enough credit of being a organization that's won all those championships to say, hey, yeah, I know we're the purple and gold, we're in LA, but we're going to establish certain things despite what your name is. Yeah, and it's good to be able to roll out the red carpet and things like that, but once you get up underneath that, there's just some things foundational that is never going to change.
So, but that makes it sound like, because obviously LeBron gets, like, the Lakers seem to present this kind of inviting culture to attract superstars, right? Look at the way we treated Kobe Bryant at the end. We paid him when he wasn't even good anymore, and we took care of our own. Hey, LeBron, you might like to play here. But you, as LeBron's agent and Clutch Sports as his agent, you're saying, really, the way I hear that, you correct me if I'm wrong, is and I don't mean to interview you on this, but I mean, but you're saying they are catering too much to people like my client instead of insisting on doing things a certain way?
I'm saying when you are a team like the Lakers and others, I think there's several teams in the league. Sometimes when you are that attraction, right? You're in LA, you're the purple and gold, the history, the legacy, all of that. There's a couple ways you can lean. But the details within the organization is what's to be invested in to create these foundational roots that no matter what.
You mean depth in the front office and this kind of stuff that you mentioned?
Not even just that. I think a number of things. You got, whether it's front office depth, whether it's development, right? Which young players, which they've done a great job at developing young players. Austin's developed, Kuz was another one, Caruso was another one. But I'm saying holistically, right? Sometimes when you're the prettiest girl in the room, you don't necessarily do the detailed things. Like, you could just put your hair in a ponytail, put a white beater on, some jeans,
curse of the gifted,
and go out, right?
Yeah, curse of the gifted. If it's easier for you, you don't work as hard.
When you're not the prettiest girl in the room, you have to do all the little details.
And then Rich Paul went even deeper, comparing the Lakers culture directly to Miami and Cleveland and exposing why LA keeps repeating the same mistakes.
I'm thinking of LeBron in Miami. He had to do things a certain way because Pat Riley is not playing games, right? Once he leaves Miami, he goes to Cleveland, and he had great success in Cleveland, but he could do it more his way. It sounds to me like you're saying the Lakers need to be more like Miami and less like Cleveland.
No.
It sounds to me like you're saying, hey, we're not so grateful to have you. You should be happy to be here too, and we're going to use that leverage to fit you into our culture rather than just to cater to you.
Some of that, yes. But just to go back a little bit, LeBron was always a pro.
Right.
So regardless what Miami was, they never had to act. There was never a thing of body fat, being out of shape, none of that, none of those things.
You don't have to worry about that with LeBron.
That was never being on time, nothing. So I don't want to misconstrue that, because sometimes that get misconstrued like, oh, he got here and whatever. But going back to mindset.
I'm listening for that but.
Pat Riley's mindset.
Yes.
Pat Riley had a championship mindset. So the foundation, right? It don't matter how upset you may be. It don't matter. We're doing this thing this way.
But that's so interesting to me, Rich, because what's underneath that is, this is the way I'm hearing what you're saying, is you're LA. Everyone wants to be in LA. You're the Lakers. You have all these championships. You don't have to kowtow to LeBron or whatever superstar to do. I'm not talking about professional. I don't mean baseline professionalism. Show up on time, work hard, don't get fat. Everyone knows LeBron's going to be all over that.
I don't think you have to kowtow to Luka
or anybody, right?
Nobody. No, you're the Lakers.
But the reason I'm saying LeBron is because you, as his rep, that makes your life easier in a way. If they give in to LeBron because that gives you more leverage.
No. That's a massive reps. Anybody, Luka, LeBron, Kobe, whomever, there's a world where, yes, of course, stars are going to get preferential treatment. That's one thing. That has nothing to do with the foundation of you as an organization.
So stay right there.
Say, no matter what, these things are what they are.
Okay,
when
wait, so stay right there.
Don't change.
As his agent, if you are dealing with a team, let's say the difference between dealing with Miami and Cleveland, are you saying that—
I don't sugarcoat things as an agent.
Go ahead. What I'm saying is, are you saying, is it harder to get what you want for your client from Miami and easier to get it from Cleveland? Or does what you're talking about not really affect that?
No. What do you think I want? Some cupcakes?
Who knows? Because usually a superstar, you hear about the certain treatment that they'll get.
No. I want— what certain treatment? I want all the money he deserves.
Right, which he's going to get from any team anyway.
Any player. Right. Everything else, you think I get— no. I want a guy to be on time. I want a guy to be professional. I want a guy to be coachable. I want a guy to give an effort night in and night out.
And you don't want different rules for your clients.
No.
Because some organizations will do that.
No. And when this is what I'm saying, and when he's not, I don't need the organization to tell him. I'm going to tell him myself. Mm-hmm. I'll tell the organization, hey, that guy got beat back door. That should be the first thing you show in the film room.
Honestly, after listening to Rich Paul, the whole picture becomes clear. The Lakers don't have a talent problem. They have a culture problem. This team can collect all the superstar names in the world, but without discipline, identity, and real standards, nothing is going to change. Somewhere along the way, the Lakers lost the toughness of Miami and the structure of San Antonio and replaced it with glamour and comfort. And until they rebuild that foundation, until they stop catering and start enforcing, it won't matter if it's LeBron, Luka, or any other star. On paper, the Lakers will look elite, but on the court, they'll keep falling apart.